Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back. So, last we left off. Oh, it's very close. Last we left off on Nox and Fenrir. We're going to meet with. We're going to meet with. I forget his name. Marcus, who is the detective, and Serena, who was brought in for questioning for knowing the whereabouts. Last we left off, the door was opening. However, instead of Marcus entering through the door, we have a mysterious stranger coming in. Would you like to describe your character really quickly, Mason?
Yes. So this guy is lightly tanned. He's got bags underneath his eyes, but he's got a pretty warm smile. He's got a bunch of leather armor with a fur coat. He has like a cape on his back, uh, with a albino bezel on his shoulder. Except red eyes, they are blue eyes.
All right. And as he comes in, Fenrir, you're first off put off by the fact that it's not Marcus coming through the door.
So Finrear, the human in a dark hood with a bunch of mismatching equipment and a large beard, he just looks at you really confused. This room is taken. Are you looking for us?
Yes. I got some contacts of mine that told me to come here to give y'all a message.
Contacts like who?
Hmm. A little people from here and there. People that see things that most don't.
All right. What is your message?
Y'all are on the wrong track. And there's a creature of the night amongst the town.
He just looks confused. Like he wasn't 100% sure about being on the right track, but it was like they were following the only uh the only track. Like, okay, let's just pull at straws and hope something falls out. Like, so yeah, he sits there just obviously confuzzled.
Uh, my character kind of motions to see if he could sit down. Do you mind?
I suppose.
He sits, just kicking back a little bit. Well, sorry if I'm more of a bearer of bad news, but you see, I'm actually a bit of a detective myself. If you guys got a bit of an issue, I don't mind lending a hand.
How much do you know?
Not a lot. I'm actually new in town. Uh, One of my contacts from home home spot in Anor told me to come here.
Home spot and where?
Aranor,
Uh,
it's if you're looking at the map of the Kingdom of Ulv, it's southeast
Also,
of
it's local.
yes.
my contact's saying like something bad was going down in here, and well, I always try to see justice for all people. So here I am.
Are you certain we're the sort of folk you want to be aiding then? Finrear seems off-put, but largely human. Then beside him is loud and proud demon, I guess. And then I suppose the Dragonborn's pretty normal looking.
He just kind of gives a shrug. My contacts have never been wrong before, so I give him a good bit of trust.
A tuxedo cat jumps onto the table and looks to you, Fenrir, and says, "Don't forget about me."
Oh, well, hello there.
What's up?
Ever seen?
How much has Finrear seen of this cat? Was this like? Did they only see each other in the witches scene, and that's it?
No, you've seen him before.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been more around Nox than anything, but he's been around.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you've
the
gotten used to
albino.
it.
Yeah, the albino weasel will go down and examine this tuxedo cat.
Well, normally I would not be so willing to help, but desperate times call for desperate measures. What do you know of what we're looking for?
He just kind of gives a shrug. Jack diddle.
That's about as much as we know as well.
Oh, give me a quick rundown. Maybe I can. Maybe my intuition will maybe think of something.
All right. I'll kind of just stare at you directly in the eyes, kind of just looking for your intent as he explains.
I mean, if
We
you want to
don't
make
know what it is or who it is, but we have reason to guess that it's very powerful, likely not human, and is projecting power from elsewhere, meaning it has a lot in reserve.
he's kind of. Oh. He's just kind of smiling. Oh, you're messing with higher things, I see. Well, that makes more sense on my end then.
The struggle is we can't. That's not anything specific. We couldn't recognize it in the crowd necessarily. Maybe we could, but who knows? We know that it was here 4 weeks ago, and we have little reason to think it has left. But it could have.
Kinda is just nodding. Well, I usually try not to throw this card down so soon, especially with meeting possible new client or partners. But my contacts, they're kind of more of the supernatural kind. And twiddling his fingers in the air. So, this kind of piques my interest a little bit more. Where was the last location that you think this creature was or seen it at?
We heard of something vaguely supernatural attacking and he'll just name a square of the city. We have reason to suspect
In the slums.
it's not human. Yeah, we have reason to suspect it's not human, and we're looking for something that's probably not human. So, hey, what else do we have to go on?
Okay. Did y'all examine the crime scene?
Only from afar. We were hoping to meet with someone who examined it more personally.
Well, was this the this well, we could at least narrow it down with that other half of the message I sent you. The creature of the night. I'm not really too familiar with the monster kind since I mostly deal with people and spirits personally. But maybe we can do some research. Like I said, I'm new to this town. Is there like some type of monster hunting guild or some type of library here?
We're in
As
a
he
library.
says, Monster
And,
Hunting Guild, Fenrir, one guild comes to mind.
yeah. Fenrir will just quietly be happy that he's asking about it, and therefore he doesn't know about it. Um, you know, nice. That's a favorable. Um, but just for context, aren't we like in a library
Yes.
right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
The creature of the night. Well, we have discovered a couple things. It drinks blood,
All
and
right.
it has some means to casting silence, and it does not seem to give off a scent. Something I have not known any or many creatures to do.
Drinks blood, creature of the night, cast silence, so it's very stealthy. Hmm. Good. My character making it. I mean, I'm guessing vampire for this, but I don't know if my character would know any
I'm
type
also
of
guessing
monster.
vampire, but like that's also a very big, broad concept. Like anything that would be vaguely vampirish probably fits into it too.
Yeah.
You wanted to make what kind of check?
Oh no, I didn't know if my character knew about vampires at all. Like, I don't know how rare
Make
vampires are in
a
this world.
history check.
All right.
If you would like to load, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm deleting some stuff. I got like
There we go.
uh, 7.
So you are familiar with the concept of vampires, but that's about it.
So just like in real life.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know if there's any other types. I've just heard of the one, undead, suck your blood type of, beings.
It would make sense. We have little reason to think that it's hiding outside of plain sight. And a vampire, at least as far as I know, could walk amongst people, at least for a time.
Yeah. So that 7, would I know like some of the stereotypes of vampires, like sunlight, holy water, etc., or
Yeah,
just the
you
concept?
know like the basics, like sunlight, holy water, drinks blood. That's about it.
Okay. So, well, if that's the case, since I've been around cities, either this person could be a high aristocrat that usually lives a high, crazy nightlife, or could be a wannabe vagabond that's just hiding in the shadows so they can attack both at night and day.
Well, we were going to question someone who apparently had seen who knew the scene of the crime when they maybe shouldn't have. Their name is, wasn't it like Vampirus?
Serena Vampiros.
Very, very interesting last name.
You said we were on the wrong track?
That's what I was told. And my contacts are usually never wrong.
The worst part is we might as well still question her anyways when she arrives. We're grasping at straws to see that a wrong one might have some useful information.
So, you have any just general information on who this vampirist lady could be? Is she like a socialite, a store owner?
She was running for mayor.
Oh, so higher up. Okay.
Yeah.
A bullshit artist, as one would say.
My character is very well knows a lot of those people.
There have been 2 victims, one of which was just a nobody, but the other of which was one of her competitors.
No. 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 I'm gonna I'm gonna stop you there. That's not it.
I thought one of the mayor people died.
I'm just going through my notes, but as I thought, nobody died.
Who died the second time?
It was... I'm sorry. It wasn't Serena that you're meeting. It is Alari Dania. Or Donna.
All right. Vampirus died?
Vampirus did not die. Vampirus is not a part of this. I don't know why I spoke her name. I got all sorts of confused. I've just read my notes for the first time right now.
All right.
That's a bad thing to like start a session with, but I've just read my notes. So, let's start from scratch really quickly. Alora Dania, she was the one who found the body. The body of which was someone who she knew in the slums and and because she is advocating for better conditions in the slums and things like this, she was one of the people who she was helping in the slums. One of many people who she was helping in the slums.
That girl, so the one that died was not the one running for office.
No. The people who have run for office, none of them have died.
The one who found the person was the one running for office.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry for the confusion.
Knox, who was smarter, corrects me on this.
It's all good.
Generally, every moment you see Fenrir in this room, he seems slightly lost in these endless perimeters, and larger inside than the building is outside. So we were going to meet the witness, or the one who found the body, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah. My character kind of shrugs. He didn't see her or any woman come by, right?
No.
I didn't see anybody. The streets were pretty clear when I came in.
I wouldn't say the streets were clear. The streets are always busy, but you didn't see escorting a mayor candidate somewhere would definitely be out of the ordinary and would clear crowds. But nothing like that happened.
Do we have reason to think that, they should have showed up by now? I wonder what's taking them.
Around this point in time, as now Marcus has sat down and you guys have been talking for a little bit, yeah, that thought starts to creep in. Mason, sorry.
Oh, good.
I hate sitting still. Would you help me figure out where they might be?
Sure, friend. That sounds like you guys got quite a case. I don't mind helping at all.
Nox, stay here in case they come by just late.
Nox just nods. Catface goes, I'll come with you.
All right.
Yeah,
And they're still really weirded out by the talking cat.
Yeah, and my albino weasel like hop back onto my shoulder.
Catface does the same to Fenrir.
I didn't know talking
Fenrir's just
cats
gonna
were
pick him
common.
up and put him on Mason's shoulder and be like, no touching.
He shrugs. I didn't know talking cats were common in down over here.
They're not.
I have never seen a talking cat before. Other than this one.
I'm not common. I'm more complex than that.
You're not an asshole, are you?
No.
You're fine with me then.
All right. Are you? I noticed your companion. Are you a ranger?
Shakes his head. No. He pulls out a pan flute. Just plays a little tune on it. You think you can guess on what, besides my investigation capabilities, that could be? Need more hints.
He looks at it, and he's just gonna think for a moment and entertain her.
He just shakes his head back and forth. We'll just stick with that.
All right. Let's get moving.
As
See
you
if I can-
exit, do you guys exit the library, or do you want to look at anything whilst in the library?
I'm more following Fenrir's lead, kind of like more of a supportive eyes more than anything.
Okay.
Especially.
As you
At the
exit
moment,
the
Fenrir is
library.
just trying to-
Oh, go ahead, Fenrir. Sorry.
At the moment, Fenrir is just trying to rush to the first point where he thinks they might have made it to.
Which would be the town square. As you guys go down the busy streets and stuff, you make it towards to the town square. At which it's still busy. Everyone's going about. At this point, the sun is about 3/4 of the way down, so it's almost getting down to sunset. As you look over to the guards' headquarters, you can see that everything's kind of in disarray over there.
Our informant was supposed to be coming from there. Let's check it out.
Do we see any guards, or is it just disarray altogether?
It's the guards that are in disarray. The normal people are going around their business. But it's more of the guards going around the HQ that are in disarray. Now, the HQ is this entire block here. Just for reminder's sake. It is the entirety of the block, including the courtyard.
I nod along, like, alright, following your lead.
As you get there, you guys are sort of more halted and are told to stay back. Yeah.
I kind of motioned to Fenrir to, like, let's step around the corner. I got an idea type.
He'll look like he's about to say something, but then just agree, following his new aide's lead.
So I kind of point to my little ferrets. I can change my little fella here to be either like a type of bird or spider. Maybe I can have him like sneak inside the building. I can tell you what's inside, what's going on.
That could be useful.
I would prefer to sniff it out myself, but I suppose that is safer.
Plus, we don't have time. If this thing is a creature of the night and the sun's already down this much, we best hurry.
We heard it was going to attack uh, in this in this main center tonight, at least based off of conjecture.
All right. Does this building have like a second story?
Yes. So each of these buildings are like 3 stories tall.
Okay.
However, instead of like normal pointed roofs, they're all flat roofs with guardrails, and there are guards patrolling on the roof of the building at all times.
Okay. So if I could change my familiar to a rat, does my character see any like points of entrance that the mouse could go to or the rat could go to?
So you guys were stopped. So you guys are on the corner. So this building here is the and I always forget what it's called. I just gotta go through. Is the civilian/guest relations. That's what this building that you guys are at the corner of, that's what that building is. Next to that is sort of more of an archway that allows guards in and out of the courtyard quickly and easily. This has access to pretty much the whole courtyard, and each building kind of connects into the courtyard. So your rat could technically go in between people's feet and legs and go into there. Along the side of the building, there are no clear entrances.
Okay. So I'm gonna change him into a rat and just have him try to go through there.
Alright. As you go along, there are a lot of people running around. There are a lot of like guards captains being like, secure the area, make sure nobody leaves. As you kind of get pushed off to where the cell holdings are, you see that there is like kind of like a rope sectioned off with a sign that says crime scene on it.
Okay. I do want to say my character would probably go. He would tell Fenrir that I'm gonna basically my eyes are closed, like none of my senses are gonna be working. I'll describe to you like what I'm seeing through the eyes of the mouse or rat.
Ullr's winter will keep you safe.
As you enter the crime scene, you see the witness, a liar, Dana, dead in her cell. She looks to be drained of all blood. Marcus is nowhere to be seen, and there is no blood splatter or any other. It doesn't look like any. It looks like someone came into the cell, killed her, like with no mess at all, closed the door and left. Like, that's how neat and clean this crime scene is.
And yeah, since I don't know this woman, I just basically describe what she looks like to him.
Fenrir, you realize that this is a liar.
That's the witness.
My mouse. Well, I don't really know what else to do, so my character's mouse will come back to him, and as he just comes back, the senses coming back to him, he just asks, "Know who that could have been?"
That was the witness. Marcus. And you can tune in and out of your familiar's senses too. So you can they look like this, and then listen in person, and then go back.
Oh, it's fine. But yeah, he's just gonna take his hat and just slap against his God damn it.
I'm surprised Marcus wasn't anywhere in there.
Just mostly a bunch of guards there. Didn't see any other
He
detectives.
is a guard, but none of your descriptions matched. He should. This would bother him. Let me circle around and see if I can smell which way he left.
As
Alright.
you try to smell, you do not. You know Marcus's scent, but he has not left the headquarters.
Hmm. Yeah, Fenrir seems like in thought.
Yeah.
He's trying to decide whether to go running in here or if there's any better use of their time.
Catface kind of chimes up and says, "Why don't we try to meet with him? We could try to go into the guest relations building and say, hey, we're here to meet with Marcus."
I worry about getting both him and me in trouble, but I think that's all we can do.
Nothing else I can think of.
As you enter into the building, it looks more like a, you know, in like cop shows, how they have like the precinct where it's like a bunch of desks in like a line and people like at their desks with like computers and whatnot. It kind of looks like that, with the main receptionist kind of in the center as you first enter, and the receptionist goes, "Can I help you?"
We were hoping to meet with Marcus.
Let me try to call him. If you would take a seat, and she gestures over to some seats along the wall.
I'm okay. Fenrir seems like he's agitated. He seems to be like looking at every like typing sound anywhere nearby, and it all seems to bother him.
It's more writing than typing.
Yeah, just little noises all around the room seems to be bothering him.
Mm-hmm. A little while passes, and the receptionist is handed a note. As she opens the note, she kind of goes, "Okay." And she approaches your group and says, "Unfortunately, Marcus is unable to come and meet with you, as he has been suspected in the murder of Valir Dana."
He seems generally worried.
Whoa, ma'am. Look, I'm a fellow detective myself. On what grounds is he, like, a suspect?
He was in the process of releasing her when they discovered the body. It's not more of that they suspect he did it. It's just he's the one who found the body, and they are questioning him at the moment.
Just sounds like my character. We've established that this town just imprisons their like witnesses, essentially.
And that's circumstantial at best. He should be at least able to talk to somebody else real quick.
Unfortunately, under the law of the city, only lawyers are allowed in.
All right.
He
I suppose we must.
honestly, I know Marcus well, though. I do not believe he is the one. He should be out within a couple hours.
hours?
A couple hours.
All right. I suppose we better be on our way then.
Have a pleasant evening.
As we like exit the building, Fenrir definitely hears my character like, I always loved the fucking receptionist back in my hometown too.
All right. Do we go meet with him anyways, or try to work on our own for a couple hours? I worry that the whatever murder is going to pass us by, and we aren't going to catch any more evidence again until it's too late.
Well, I've been around a few lawyer types. I've caught a couple bit of their lingo, and I got he kind of like motions to like a bag. I could kind of disguise myself real quick to maybe pull it off, but I mean, it could also put me behind bars too. If that's the only way, and if we wait longer, it's pretty tricky. Not gonna lie.
We have every reason to think that tonight is the next attack. They might just be keeping him until it happens. I personally have no issue getting in trouble. It happens in most towns. But would you have some way to take me along? I don't know if Marcus would have any reason to trust you as of yet.
Well, sometimes I know that lawyers kind of have like a study with them, kind of like an apprentice of some sort that they'd have, kind of like either take notes with them or kind of like, just learn it as they go along. So I could possibly it seem like, you're like that for me.
All right. My original plan was to just sneak in the old-fashioned way. But if
Hey,
you think that is more likely to work,
well, I'll be honest. Uh, I'm better with buttering people up than I am uh, pulling off different voices, if you catch my drift. So the sneaking route's fine with me too. It's just sneaking will cause, we'll be in a lot more trouble with the sneaking route than pretend to be a lawyer route.
uh, what do you think of sneaking our part of our way and bluffing the rest?
You better at bluffing than me.
Well, I mean, you're not actually a lawyer. I presume that would be bluffing.
Uh, well, uh, that option's fine with me too if you got a plan in mind.
Okay. Finner's current idea is to get dressed up, but hop a couple walls to skip reception, try to walk straight there, and answer any questions along the way with, "Oh, I'm his lawyer."
All right, that's fine with me. Uh, so yeah, my character does have disguise kits and proficiency. So do I need to roll anything to get this up, or can we just kind of like think we'll be fine?
Yeah. Roll me. Just do a base roll with your proficiency. Or actually, do it with stealth.
All right, stealth.
Stealth plus your proficiency.
A damn computer. I don't even have a lot of stuff open.
Twenty-seven.
27.
What's your proficiency?
Oh, my bad. I just did a. Oh shoot. Yeah, no, I accidentally forgot expertise and stealth, so that's just a subtract an extra 3, I think.
No, I want you to add it on top of the expertise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, swear, modifiers ADC.
It should be like a 3 if you're level 8.
Yeah, it should be. It's just I usually see it, but yeah, let's just say 3, so 30 total.
I can go right into it. Your proficiency is 3. Yep. So 30 total. So are you disguising yourself or are you disguising Fenrir?
Oh, I think it's better for my character to be disguised as the best-looking lawyer, mostly because, like, I
Absolutely.
can possibly, yeah, I can
I
possibly
am much better
All
off
right.
being your guard.
Your Fenrir, you turn around as he's finishing, and it is like you are looking at a completely different person.
So, how do I look?
It's really stunned. He's never seen anything like this before.
Oh, well, thank
Honestly,
you.
I was
Also, it
worried.
helps that
I was worried you left without me.
Oh, no. Oh, it also helps, like, in character. My character actually has fine clothes as, like, part of the adventure and gear.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. This is getting interesting. Plus, a lot of lives are on the line, so I ain't ditching this.
You think I'm okay as is? Fenrir's armorless, just randomly carrying some weapons and equipment, and he has like a black hood.
I'd probably hide those weapons as best as possible, mostly because usually when it
I don't
comes
need them.
to yeah, mostly because when lawyers are talking, they don't want weapons in the room, even if it is bodyguards. It has to be the police's bodyguards.
I don't need any weapons. He's just
Fenrir,
gonna,
you
like,
just throw your weapons into the alley. Just nonchalantly.
Yeah, no, my
I might
character
as well
probably
put them in a room. We're living like next door, aren't we?
Yeah.
You get to
That
find
was
out
just
where
my
our
first
roommate-
thought, though, with Fenrir being like, no weapons needed. Okay, toss.
He absolutely would, but we are so close to our room, he might as well put it in.
yeah,
yeah,
my character probably
I don't need him then.
and my character would probably give you a rapier and dagger just to help you put there.
I don't need him. It's fine. I'll just take the weapons of whoever's fighting me.
Well, I do have another idea too. You know that whole the music I can play? It could turn you invisible if you're stealthy enough.
Ah, now that's some magic I could make use of.
Alright, he
would-
cracks his fingers, pulls out his pan flute, plays a calming, soothing tune as the lights start to refract off your character and you become invisible.
Please roll me stealth.
For Fenrir?
Yes.
Okay.
Advantage for invisible, right?
Don't think you need it.
25.
So glad that wasn't disadvantage.
Invisible. Disadvantage. You're extra visible.
Okay, so you are as silent as a mouse. Alright. So, you go through. Now, do you go through guest relations or you just go straight through the archway?
Okay, so this is more of a thing. Like, player would not know the best route. If, like, would like a lawyer be allowed to just like walk through the building, like just tell the officers, "Hey, I'm a lawyer. I'm Mr.
Okay,
Mason's
so
lawyer."
originally, Fenrir didn't think our costumes would be amazing and thought, okay, we should skip the one person who's seen us and then just bullshit our way beyond there. but with where we are now, perhaps going the full correct way would be even safer.
Yeah. Then just go the correct way.
All right. So you go into the guest relations, and the receptionist goes, "How can I help you?"
Yes, I am. He definitely changes his voice to be like a lot more proper. Yes. Uh, I am. Actually, he never heard. My character never heard Marcus's last name. Correct?
Nope.
Finra can tell him before he goes in, especially if this is information he knows he's going to need.
Yeah.
Marcus
You don't.
Williams.
Yes. I am Mr. Williams' lawyer. I need to do some research. I've heard he's been questioned.
Yes. Let me just, if you would sign your name in the ledger. As she puts forth this giant book in front of you, she goes, "Right here." And then there's like a dotted line for you to sign, a bar going like straight down, and then after the bar she goes, "Then put Mr. Williams' name."
Okay.
And
I'm definitely
she
gonna get.
goes
ahead.
and gets a guard. As you finish signing the book, she goes, "This guard here will take you to him."
And he just kind of nods at the guard.
The guard nods back and says, "Follow me." And he walks you through this labyrinth, literal labyrinth of a headquarters. You feel like you've turned around about 4 times by the time you reach the interview room.
He just kind of mumbles, "Gods, I need to get more comfortable shoes the next time I come here."
As he opens the door, Marcus is in a chair. He's not handcuffed or anything. He's not like chained up. He's just sitting in a chair at the table, and he's just chilling at the moment. It's just a room, and the guard goes, "All right, take as much time as you need. Knock on the door when you're done." As you both enter, the door shuts, and you hear a solid metal bar like slide into like a lock behind you. There is one window which is kind of like almost like a slitted window that is at the top rim of it. It is very thin, and it is pretty much too thin for any person to go through. Marcus turns to you as you enter Mason, and he goes, after the door is shut, and he says, "Now who might you be?"
"I, good sir, am your lawyer."
"Mm-hmm. I didn't send for a lawyer."
"Well, you got one." As he kind of sits down and he pulls out a notepad and like a pencil and just writes down, basically, it shows it to him. "Fenrir's in the room."
I can talk, right? That's not illegal.
That's true.
Well, it's just,
Yeah.
well, it's also
Yeah, he's just gonna like letting you have your fun, and then he'll just be like, "Marcus, what happened?"
Someone got to our witness.
You saw nothing? No one saw anything?
They're not giving me much information. What I do know is that Serena Vampiros did visit her while she was in interrogation, but I do not know if she was visited in her cell.
You happened across the body, same as all the others?
No. I did not happen across the other bodies. I only happened across hers. However, hers crime scene was remarkably different than the others. For one, they were in a rush, and they made a mistake. There was a scent
Like what?
left behind.
Scent.
Yes.
He looks not at you, but kind of around you, trying to like he knows where you are, Fenrir, and he's looking directly at you when he says that. Mason, you're more confused. This whole talk of scent, you have no clue what the hell is like. What the hell scent has to do with anything?
Plus, Fenrir said something about Marcus's scent in the building still, so he's even more like off about this.
He's been talking about scent a whole lot. There was like the one time where the thing gives off no scent. He's like, I gotta go in there and smell things. Yeah, this has been a constant. So if you're fed up by this point and want to ask about it, that's fair. But
Well, he'll do that later when, out of the police station.
I wouldn't be concerned, Mr. As he kind of
Mason.
gestures to you. Mason, there are no listening devices within these rooms.
Right.
Nor can they hear us.
Well, I don't know about your precinct, but when it came to mine, they were always listening all the time, even with paralegals or lawyers.
I do have to admit, I'm surprised these guards are so honest.
I will say this section of this particular town seems to be stuck in time, as it will, as the rest of the kingdom of Ulv has improved and, yes, have installed two-way mirrors or listening devices into interrogation rooms. This town is less so. After all, they don't even have automatic vehicles to depart from this town. We have horses.
Now you're just talking gibberish.
I'm telling the truth. The stables have horses that will lead you out of this town, and there are contracts with the nearby villages for those automotive people to bring the horses back.
Yeah, Fenrir has never seen an automotive vehicle.
Well, since we ain't getting listened to, what's this all about since? I keep hearing about this left and right.
Should we trust him? He looks directly to you, Fenrir.
I've only known him today, although he did not know of the silver dagger offhand. It's either a good actor, which I would believe, or trustworthy.
So, a bit of context for you, Mason. You would know a little bit about the Silver Dagger. The basic gist that you would know about the Silver Dagger is that they are a bunch of werewolf hunters. They have basic generic wanted posters posted throughout every town and village and capital from basically across the entirety of the world. Their organization is very, very vast, and they are ruthless with their methods.
I don't associate myself with anything like that. To be honest, that kind of kind of gets underneath my skin. Not all werewolves, if I had to say, are all evil. Shit happens. Some people don't wish it upon themselves, so for me, I think they could be just a bunch of zealot assholes.
Normally, I like to know people for much, much more than one day, but these are desperate times for me.
Yes. Normally, I wouldn't even disclose it at all. But this is true. The scent, though, is one of that I do not know. Although, to be able to go into the holding cells without any restriction, they had to have been either a lawyer at some point, or a politician, or one of the mayor candidates themselves.
I have to admit, I would prefer treating this like a regular hunt. If I could get into the cell, I could find their scent and just follow it. Linear path, I could find its source. If
But
you think that would work.
unfortunately, they have that more locked down than a prison. It's
And
happened
there's no
on
way.
her turf. Serena is not happy. She is pissed that it has happened on her land, in her headquarters. Word amongst the guard is that they're less open to her becoming mayor now because of this incident. And this might be what they were after. If it is, I am certain that it is Corm Zephyr, the other mayoral candidate, that has been conveniently left out of this whole murder business.
I hate to move forward. Conjecture.
True.
At least, if I could at least get the sense so we could verify.
Well, keep your disguises up and leave this building. In a couple hours, I'll be released, as my whereabouts are being verified right now, which was with Serena herself at the time of the murder.
Not at the time of the murder. Otherwise, you would have witnessed it.
I think you are confused. He said he was with Serena at the time of the murder.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Do you think any other killings will happen tonight, or the beast may leave?
I don't know. What I do think, though, is that this is what they were after. With only 2 candidates left, and one of them basically being disgraced at this very moment by the guards and the citizens, that only leaves one who stayed out of controversy and made sure that they were not noticed by the public, but just did his best to stay out of trouble.
Do you think he did things himself or hired someone?
Could be both.
This Arby's wouldn't be hired. Not for something so menial as town politics. Unless they cared.
Maybe. But maybe not.
This lack of information frustrates me.
We're all
I
at a
normally know
lack
what
of
I'm searching for.
information, my friend.
All right. Well, when you get out, we can search for this man, and you can tell us if you think he is a match.
Yes. We will try to meet him. He lives in one of the wealthier houses outside of town, one of the bigger mansions. It will be
Looks like we get
somewhat
to find him from
difficult
somewhere
to get
else.
to him. I'm sorry, what did you say, Fenrir?
Looks like we get to break into somewhere else.
No, we're not going to break into anywhere.
Oh, come on.
That would be ill-advised, friends. That would be ill-advised.
Yes. Take the lawyer's advice.
We're
If
not-
you even are a lawyer.
No, you and me share a very similar occupation, if you catch my drift.
I'll have you know, we are not here to put a murderer behind bars for justice. We are here to kill someone who threatens the very existence of our world.
Contacts don't care if the person's either behind bars or dead. I'm fine with either or, as long as no more killings will happen to the innocents.
Contacts? I think I've heard of you.
He just kind of gives a sly smile. Doesn't say anything.
Yes.
Met him today.
Your reputation is not of good graces, my friend.
Patron, he's not the best when it comes to making friends. And my methods on how I get information, well, never really been quite appreciated either.
Yes. I would mind your place here. They will not take your methods so kindly.
Marcus, I plan to kill the man. I don't plan to stay afterwards. Is there a good reason not to break in?
Fenrir, I will tell you one thing. Corin might be a despicable man who doesn't care about anyone but the wealthy in this town. But he was born and raised here, and he has never left this city. The person who you are looking for might be aiding him, but is not here.
All these strings. Finner sounds obviously confuzzled. He's very used to straightforward, I search for things and follow them until I find them.
Yes.
This is much too
Unfortunately,
complex for his
Fenrir,
mind.
this is a lot of string attached to different people, as you put it.
Fine.
If you pull
Well, I
on too many
suppose if there's
strings,
no rush, we don't know of any other murders that will happen tonight.
No. Meet me in the beautiful coin after I get out.
All right.
Now go before Serena comes, and then you're really going to be in trouble.
May ruler watch over us.
Yes.
Mason just kind of gives a nod. It's like, nice meeting you. And he just knocks on the door. God, ready to go.
The bar slides off and the door opens and he says, "All right." As you go down the halls and go through, you see a woman pass by very furiously going by, and the guard salutes to her as she passes, and when she's out of sight, he releases and he goes, "Oh, Serena's not happy, that's for sure."
As the saying goes, a woman scorned.
Yes, but
I'd like to whisper to Mason. Are we sure there is no way I couldn't get to the crime scene? I trust Marcus to an extent, but honestly, I know him. When Nick push comes to shove, I know him little more than you.
He whispers back, this place is a labyrinth. If you could get there, there's a good chance you get cornered.
That's a mess.
and you guys are
Sorry.
outside.
Yeah, I basically start getting ready to get back into my regular clothes as probably the spell's already faded by now. As
Yeah,
Mason explains.
as you leave Fenrir, you start to appear sort of just in the main square.
All right. We
Yes.
have a couple hours then.
Yeah, to be honest, friends, even if you could have gotten to the crime scene, which, I mean, I'm a pretty stealthy man myself, but I doubt even my capabilities could have gotten in there. The problem is, it's such a maze that getting out would be just as difficult, if not more. Because if they know somebody got into the room, odds would increase. Other districts may even call in for backup.
Uh, I might have been able to get out, but then getting around the city afterwards would have been basically impossible.
Yeah.
It's not fighting them and getting my way out that I worry about. It's all the baggage that comes afterwards.
Oh, trust me, friend. I know quite a bit about baggage myself.
So he tells me you're the seedy type.
He kind of nods his head back and forth. More like the unorthodox.
Well, lucky for you, where I come from, that's about par.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just, it sucks when you have the right information, you got the right leads. You want to use it for evidence, but you can't. It's gotta go through the paperwork. That's how come I've got my reputation.
Luckily for you, once we find our person, you won't need to be doing any paperwork.
Nah. May just see a body in the paper in the morning.
All right. Do we have anything to prep for over the course of the next 2 hours?
I don't know, do you?
Mason would definitely ask Fenrir, you think the crime scene is cleared out from the other murders?
Perhaps. They kept them roughly gated off, but if they're busy. But I've been told before there wasn't a scent. And
Well, friend,
we could go double check.
you take good with your nose, I take good with my eyes. So there could be an extra clue we may have missed or not seen.
All right, let's go see them real quick. We might have just enough time to cross by both.
Alrighty. Do you want to go to crime scene? Do you want to show him crime scene 1 or crime scene 2 first?
2 is closer, correct?
2 is closer.
Let's go to 2.
Alrighty. So, you guys make it over to crime scene numero dos. As you enter, the body is gone. Most of the markings and the tape is also gone now. As you enter in here, all that's really left is just the stain of blood that is on the dirt floor, as well as the chalk marks of where the body was. A little silhouette of the deceased.
Wish I could have had a body. Could have talked to them.
From what I suppose I heard more than saw. Wounds on the neck. Died from loss of blood, and that blood is unaccounted for.
Same culprits. But
Same method, at
what
least.
else? Yes.
The
But
Finder's gonna crouch down like someone who's used to living in the middle of the woods, and go over towards where the crime scene was and sniff around like a dog.
well, my character will be looking around the crime scene for any scuff marks. He does have a magnifying glass that he'd probably pull out too, so he's just looking for general information he can gather that could have been
You have a
missed.
magnifying
Alrighty.
glass?
So,
Yes.
perception.
Can we call out how expensive a magnifying glass is?
I do not know actually.
It's expensive.
It's 1,000 gold.
Let me double check, because I swear that was one of the items. I could be wrong. Sheet paper flask.
It's one of those funny things. There's absolutely no reason for it to be that expensive.
Yeah, I'm actually wrong. There was no magnifying glass. I guess it was maybe just something I saw. Oh, wait, yeah, I do have a magnifying glass. Yeah.
As we dig through our character sheets and find it. Alright, so, investigation check for Mason. Fenrir, I will have you do a perception check with advantage because of your scent.
Okay, thank God I got D&D Beyond on my phone. Hopefully that'll work better.
That's all I'm using.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait.
$18.
I do not see it.
Team.
Oh, there it is. But it did not
Just pop.
show up here. Gotta refresh really quickly on this one.
I'm still weaponless, by the way. I just
Fenrir didn't show up. Okay. Oh no, Fenrir did show up. Fenrir showed up. Okay. So Mason, with that 18, you really don't discover anything. This crime scene is also very nicked clean. However, you do find something that maybe the investigative team missed. There is remnants of some ash underneath on the floor. There is small bits of ash that are sprinkled around the floor. Fenrir, with your perception check for your smell, you do not smell anything but the scent of the person who died. Other than that, it's just detectives and other people.
If Fenrir found a possible clue they missed.
What is it?
Found some ash. You said it was underwear?
It's kind of sprinkled around. It would be hard to see without the magnifying glass.
As he kind of like shows you via the magnifying glass, there's a bit of ash around the floor here.
Like from a phone?
Can you
Or a
repeat?
spell?
Could be. It could be either
I don't-
spell components or this could have been like a byproduct of the spell.
They don't have much magic where I come from. What kind of magic would use ash?
Can I make an arcane check to give possible guesses?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. 17.
So you know that ash is primarily used in ritual casting. Regardless of whatever spell, ash is used as one of the more primary components for a ritual casting.
Just kind of like rubbing his face. Well, stuff's mostly used for rituals, to be honest.
Do they spend 10 minutes here?
Depending on certain, you know, depending on certain spells and, certain practices, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 1 minute, it could be an hour. It all just depends, but either way, this death possibly was planned.
This death we almost know for certain was planned. The likelihood of it being such a, actually, the likelihood of it being someone the girl is helping it's not that crazy. Do you think they cast a spell in this spot and waited for the first person to roam near? Or killed someone, cast a spell, and left?
I don't know. Maybe
If they
could be a
needed,
possibility.
if they were in a hurry last time because it was in the nearby so many guards, that would explain why they couldn't perform an entire ritual to hide their scent. Perhaps this ritual is what does that.
Yeah, I know of some rangers that are able to hide their tracks whether it be moving through the forest, but that's more of a physical thing, so the possibility of them masking their scent is a good possibility that this spell could be used for. What we need to look for is at that other crime scene. If we see ash again, I'll make it definitive.
All right, let's go take a look.
All right, and you guys go over to the other crime scene. As you go over to the other crime scene, this crime scene is even worse for wears in terms of how it's held up since the guards have left. There's a faded chalk outline at this point. Rope's been cut. A bunch of other things are lying around everywhere. You can look as there. It looks to be that like the people who congregate in this alleyway a lot have like moved back in after the guards have said, "Yep, we're done with it." Almost like immediately after.
All right. Yeah, Finra will check for a scent again, just double checking that there's nothing interesting or non-human.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll.
And I'll be looking for that ash.
16 for perception.
Okay. Mason, go ahead and roll again. 23.
23
Okay.
for investigation.
Mason, you do find the ash. Fenrir, you do not find any other scent. You're kind of absorbed by scents as there are a ton of like filth and people who have like been here since.
Fenrir, found some more ash.
Excellent. Same, same spotted as if it was scattered.
Yeah. So, this is probably both good news and bad news. This is probably saying that this is the same perp, which we already know, but confirmation's always best. But also,
we were mostly confirming by coming here. I just wanted
yes,
to. Marcus has been very helpful
yeah,
to the point where if he were trying to deceive us, it would.
yeah. The problem is that now this guarantees that who's ever doing these killings, they have magical capabilities on top. Magical
There was
knowledge.
very good reason to suspect that of who we were looking for. Them being non-magical would almost feel like the wrong track.
Still, I do. It's just more of like more confirmation. That's
All right, it's getting close to time to meet up with Marcus. Let's head back to the inn.
right. You don't mind me asking, who's this fella in this big mansion that uh Marcus was talking about?
The last mayoral candidate. I know nothing more than you do. He hasn't come up. I've never seen him before. Apparently, he's a rich folk pleaser. Hmm.
All right. Never like those type of people, but all right.
Honestly, I don't see them much where I come from. They don't tend to wander out into the middle of nature.
All right. And you guys make it back. And you guys go into the beautiful coin. And the same receptionist as always. And she's like, oh, hello, Fenrir. Welcome back. Are we doing dinner or are you going straight to your room?
Let's eat.
Alrighty. Is it just gonna be the two of you or is someone else joining?
Just the two of us.
Alrighty. And she brings you over to a table, sort of more off into the corner. Mason, this is not like your average tavern. This is more sophisticated. More like a restaurant, if you will. Environment.
Yeah.
There's like orchestra playing. It's all like classical kind of stuff. It's nothing like that would be like in like a normal average tavern somewhere else.
Yeah.
So DM, I think I started with 45 gold. Is it fine if I make like 5 of that gold copper?
That's fine. Alrighty. What will you guys be having today?
Honestly, I forget. I just want something simple.
So, we got some ale that's local and out of town. We got some liquor. We can refill water skins or you can purchase a new one with filled. And then we also have a hot meal.
I'll just do a refill on my water skin, ma'am.
Alrighty. And what about for you, Fenrir?
Sorry, disconnected me. Water and a meal.
Water and meal. Are you gonna refill your skin too?
Yes.
Alrighty. You want a meal. Coming right up. And she goes off into the distance to put your order in.
A question, Fenrir.
Yes.
You say you're more comfortable in the city or out in the wild?
Ah, all of these noises and people bother me. I would much rather be roaming the forest if I had the opportunity.
I feel you. I'll be honest. I nearly went down your path, to be honest. I used to play down the streams in the forest myself. Took a little spill in the river. Kind old lady saved my life, though.
We recently met a kind old lady. I had not seen too many. The,
Well,
did she
I
take you
say,
in?
oh,
You had nowhere to go back?
she's actually my patron. She taught me so much.
Hmm.
You see, my parents were just guards. They didn't expect much of me. They never pushed me. They never wanted me to do anything. Just live my life. But when I took that spill in the water, that river, nearly died. If it wasn't for my patron, she saved me. She gave me an idea of what to live for.
Does she have a name?
He doesn't really want to say, but he just kind of says, Death.
What?
Death.
There it is.
Death.
Ah, couldn't possibly be who I'm thinking of.
No, I doubt it, unless you've been down my neck of the woods.
This is my first time in this country.
Yeah, no, she's a special
It
woman.
seems strange, but not quite as strange as everyone said.
Like, that can be. When it comes to places like this, I'll be honest, it's either you like it or you don't. There are very few people I know that can, like, learn to love a city.
Here are your meals and your water skins back.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Holler if you need anything else. And she goes
Will
off.
do. Will do, ma'am, will do.
Right? Finishing up our meals, waiting, probably skipping along till Marcus is about to arrive, I presume.
Actually, speaking about skipping to that, I would like to do that when Nox is back, so that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Dokily dokily.
I am gonna do that. I am gonna keep
all-
the suspense up. That's my job. My job is to keep you all in suspense at all times and all points.
Yep.
Alright, so
Just wait until we have combat. It's gonna be the entire session.
Oh, yes. Just wait until Nox comes. The next bit's going to be very, very interesting. I will let you know that right now. Anyways, that's gonna be it for tonight. We will see you all next time. Goodbye.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.